Hello, Jeff Hall here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Skeletal Family's great, great masterpiece, Burning Oil. And this is the one with bonus tracks. It says number 2 Goth. Maybe you could see that here on the tombstone. And what Anagram Records did is they re-released a lot of these old Goth albums and just made them a collector series. That's what it says on the tombstone. And there's 1 through 100. Alien Sex Fiends Best of is 1. And this is 2. This is Burning Oil from Skeletal Family. And wow. It's just a great album. It's got a great atmosphere. It's got a great vocalist in Anne Marie Hurst. It's got great songs. It's got great musicianship. And unfortunately, this would be like the last album to really sound like this. And Futile Combat would show, some mainstream poppier sounds and What's Happening. Like, yeah, when I heard that song, What's Happening, I was like, what the fuck is happening? I couldn't stand it. Their cover of, it's a bonus track, but their cover of Stand By Me. It's like, if I'm gonna hear somebody covering Stand By Me, it's gonna be John Lennon, okay? I love Anne-Marie Hurst. I think she's one of the best vocalists of all time. But there's just some things, even I don't want her singing. And this is a great album. This Burning Oil over here. So Sure, the way it starts out, is a really good start out track. Kind of reminds me of Bauhaus's The Man with X-Ray Eyes, just musically where it's going. Ritual is extremely goth as heck. Probably the most goth song they ever did. Really eerie, really violent, really dark. It has really dark lyrics. Like, your face well known, but your soul is buried by those who know you. It's really a dark song. Burning Oil. Now here's the thing I don't get. I've heard almost every reissue of this album right here. I've heard MP3 downloads of this album, and every time I hear Burning Oil, it sounds like it skips after a minute or so. It stops playing, and then it comes back. I don't know if that was a studio trick they did, or they really messed up in the studio, and every studio take of Burning Oil, the song you get sounds like that. But I'm going to tell you right now, warning you, if you're going to buy this album right here, Burning Oil is going to have this weird thing where it skips on that song, Burning Oil. I don't know why. You'll be listening to it for like a minute, and then it'll stop playing, and then it'll play again. I really don't get it. The Wind Blows is a really good song. And I is really good, and it really blends with 11:15 a lot. Like, those two songs almost go together beautifully. Um, Waiting Here is very good. I absolutely love the song Waiting Here. Someone New is what you're hearing right now. I just thought it would be a good song to play while I'm doing this review. Black Juju is, I believe it's an Alice Cooper cover. It's a really good cover. And I gotta give Skeletal Family props because every other Alice Cooper cover I ever hear is School's Out. School's Out is a cool Alice Cooper song, but it's no way at all what I would call a gothic Alice Cooper song. I mean, you can cover so many Alice Cooper songs. I Love the Dead, Welcome to My Nightmare, but School's Out, I don't know why so many goth bands, 45 Grey for example, cover that. Because it's just not goth, it's not creepy. I don't get it. It's a good cover though. I love their take on it. And Woman and Child, of course, is the way the album originally ends. It's a very dark song about, I believe it's either a Catholic school home or a church school for girls, and this nun is just beating her and treating her like shit. And it's really dark, and it creates an atmosphere. I mean, you have lyrics like wet seeping walls, and she's singing, Anne-Marie Hurst is singing, please forgive me for my sins, and the nun in her creepy voice, because Anne-Marie Hurst is good at doing that death rock thing on this album, is like, forgive you, is that what you say? And it's a really eerie song. It's beautifully eerie, but it's realistic. It's not this zombie dance shit. It's, realistic lyrics about child abuse. That's what I like about it. Trees it grew on me. I didn't like Trees at first, but it took time and it grew on me. Just a Friend is a really cool pop song. For some weird reason, it reminds me of that Thundercats episode where that robot's coming to kill them all. I don't know why, but I love the bass. I love the keyboards. It's a really interesting song. And the Night closes this version of the album. And those last three tracks are bonus tracks, by the way. I'll show you right now. See, the album closes with Woman and Child, but here's your bonus tracks. Trees, Just a Friend, and The Night. But yeah, it usually closes with Woman and Child. The Night's a really nice way to end. This is a great way to hear the album. If I would have heard the album and it would have closed with Woman and Child, I probably would have had nightmares. I mean, I'm like, geez, but I like the way this ends with its trees and then its great pop song and its really relaxing closer. It just ends better that way for me. But, I mean, I could take the album either way. It's a perfect album. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. What would happen, though, is after Futile Combat, an album I didn't like as much, they'd get signed by Chrysalis. If you don't know what Chrysalis is a big record company that signed Jethro Tull, Slaughter, not Slaughter and the Dogs, Slaughter. Up all night, sleep all day. So, I guess Anne-Marie and Anne-Marie Hurst was like, yeah, I don't want to be signed by them. They're just going to make us do pop singles. That's my take on it. That's probably why she left. And she got with Gary Marks, I believe is his name. And he was a Sisters of Mercy guitarist. And the rest of Sisters of Mercy went on to do The Mission. So I guess they did a super group called Ghost Dance, Gary and Anne-Marie there. And, well, the only thing that makes me sad is I wish there was more albums like this from Skeletal Family. This is like it's one of a kind. They would never sound like this again. Maybe Far and Near from Futile Combat comes close as far as the vocal styles, but she really would just stick to that soulful voice she does well, and she wouldn't sound so death rockish and creepy again. And it's sad, but this is a great one of a kind album, and if you're interested in really great female-fronted goth or death rock, this is where it's at. I'm Jeff Hall, and that was my review for the great Burning Oil. And I hope that it helps somebody somehow.